right, back with another MMA gambling show, UFC 251. We got Fight Island on the docket this time. We got Alex back in the building. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, we very excited for this fight, for this fight card.
Sir.
The whole thing is going to be packed from the beginning to the end.
It's been a crazy whirlwind. It's been crazy, just the last couple, just the opponent change for the main
Mm-hmm.
event. So yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a good card. I'm excited.
Yep. So let's go. Let's get right into it. We're gonna go do the whole main event. We're gonna do an underdog pick and a lock pick, and I think that's it, right?
Yeah, works.
All right. To start off the night, we have Amanda Ribas versus Paige Van Zant. Amanda Ribas is 9-1. Paige Van Zant is 8-4. Who do you have on this one?
Yeah, you can see the odds. I'm gonna have to go with Amanda Ribas on this fight. I think she's either minus 1,000 or minus 900 or something like that. She's a huge favorite. She's got the experience. She's got the judo. She's got the jiu-jitsu background. She's dominant. She's faced some very experienced opponents. She's only been in the UFC I think for about a year, and she's already fought like three big names. Paige Van Zant, she's coming back. This does she really want this fight? I'm not really sure. I mean, this is her final fight on her contract. After that, she could go anywhere. She could go with her, and her husband is a Bellator fighter. I don't really know what her mindset is either. She's coming off of a win against Rachel Osovich, but at the same time, that wasn't, that's not really a very, big name. I guess if it goes by, if we're following, how many followers they have on social media. I guess that's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing. But for the most part, I think Paige Van Zant, she might be kind of on her way out. She has some very good, knockouts and wins, but I don't know. But then also her arm, she had really bad arm surgery back in the day. So I'm not really sure how that is. Plus the whole traveling, they're fighting across the world in Abu Dhabi. The time differences. This is going to be a really interesting fight. So I probably have to go with Amanda Ribas, but I don't know if I would bet on that. It's very, minus 900 is a very big favorite. So if you have the bankroll, do it. But Amanda Ribas, maybe a late round, over 2.5 rounds, if you can find that prop pick.
I agree with that. Not a lot of money to be made when the favorite is right now minus 850. The next fight of
Yeah.
the night, the second fight of the night, I'm really excited for. We got a rematch here. One of my favorite female fighters, Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade. The last time that they fought, Rose was kind of piecing her up, and then I don't like this. I don't like to use the word freak accident at all, but it wasn't an accident, but it's something
Hey,
you'd hardly ever
yeah.
see. Rose got
Right.
slammed
Yeah.
on her
Yeah.
head, got KO'd. She took time off from the sport. She's back. She actually opens up as the favorite, minus 225. Jessica Andrade, who the former champion, is plus 175. Who do you have with this?
I'm gonna have to go with Rose Namajunas. Just like you said, they fought about over a year ago, I think, maybe back in February 2019. Rose was piecing her up. Rose was doing everything. She was very dynamic. She was on her feet, lateral moving, mixing up the strikes and stuff. But yeah, she got picked up. She had a good defense. I think she was. I think when they were in the clinch, Jessica Andrade kind of picked her up and slammed her on her head. Yeah, freak accident, but it was legal. You got to be prepared for that. Rose Namajunas, yeah, I mean, she took some time off. I think she had some family member pass away from the COVID. And probably just getting her mind back in the game. I was watching interviews about her talking, saying that it was really kind of stressful being the champion, but now that she's able to take some time off and relax, she'll probably get it done. I'm picking Rose Namajunas for this fight.
I have Rose as well. Again, not a lot of money to be made there. However, if you look, I don't know what the odds are for knockout, but I'm actually going to take Rose also with a KO.
Yeah, you definitely have 3 rounds of she dropped her a few times I believe, but it was just she was putting on a clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Namajunas has great striking. She's my favorite female fighter. She's just very dynamic and always moving. I kind of like seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'd go with Rose Namajunas as well.
All right, the third fight of the night. This one is probably I'm excited for this one because Peter Yan has been working his way up. He's been killing everybody. He's been deading everybody in his path. You got
Yeah.
Jose Aldo
Yes.
coming off a loss, but looking very good in that
Very
loss.
good.
Um,
Yes. Some could argue he won.
Peter Yan, minus 230. and Jose Aldo plus 180. Personally, before you pick your pick, I'm picking Peter Yan. I've been telling my people all week, Peter Yan, Peter Yan. It's a lock, and I'm taking a KO as well.
Nice. Okay. Well, I might have to counter that. I
Oh,
would probably want to lean with Jose Aldo. He
oh,
looked great. You know, he's a former 145 champion. He dominated that division for a long time. You know, he got knocked out by, you know, the Notorious, kind of set him back. But then he had some wars with Max Holloway. You know, he's got some good wins. He decided to move down and fight. I think it was the number one contender, Marlon Moraes, at the
mm-hmm.
time. And they went to, it was a split decision loss. Jose Aldo, you know, it's kind of interesting. Jose Aldo lost his last fight, you know, but now he's getting ready to fight for the title. Um, I feel like he's very good in that fight against Marlon Moraes. You know, he's dropping down. He's not a 145 or he's a 135. You know, will he have that power that he can use to, you know, knock Peter Yan out? Maybe not. I would have to say maybe that Peter Yan he's more of a technical. Would you agree? He's more of a technical, somewhat powerful striker.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I would
But
like. I think he's
I guess,
both.
yeah, I think he's both. He's very explosive at grappling. But then Aldo, he's just, you know, he's a veteran. He's got the experience. You know, he's got how many fights does he have? He's got, almost twice as much as fights as
Decades.
Peter Yan. Peter Yan's young. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he's very technical. I feel like if Jose Aldo is going to win, he's probably going to point strike, try and, you know, maybe get a knockout, but most likely, you know, unanimous decision. I feel like he's got his technical striking. You know, how will he push the pace though? I don't know, because they're both Peter Yan and Jose Aldo are both you know, aggressive fighters. So I'm not sure who's going to push the pace, who's going to be the one backing up. But I feel like Jose Aldo has the striking, he has the experience to probably get it done here.
Yeah.
But
Jose Aldo. Okay. Well, I did not see
yeah,
that coming at all. I also am guilty of leading up to the fight. The UFC on their YouTube page, they put a bunch of free fights up of everybody on the main card to try to get people motivated. And I watched Peter Yan just absolutely annihilate Uriah Faber. And right then and there, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to empty my account on this guy. So
see, that's where I think people are wrong. That's the only fight they can show. That's Uriah Faber. He's, you know, no disrespect. He's great, you know, Hall of Famer, but you know, he's on his way out. You know, Peter Yan, who else? Peter Yan's fought Jimmy Rivera. That was a good fight. You know, I say let's see. You know, this is if the hype's real, then I could be wrong, but let's see what happens. I feel like Jose Aldo is going to get this one done.
all right, the co-main event. This one I have bittersweet feelings for. Max Holloway's probably my favorite fighter in the UFC, up there with the great Conor McGregor. But Max Holloway's plus 175. Alexander Volkanovski is minus 225. Rematch. Max was the GOAT 145er for the longest time. Volkanovski, we kind of saw him coming from a long ways away. Some people said that fight was close. I haven't watched it a second time. The first time, I don't really remember it being that close. I remember the whole time thinking, like, Max has to pick it up here. Max has to pick it up here.
He's a slow starter.
He's definitely a marathon guy. He's going to wear you out with his pace. Volkanovski, you know, those leg kicks, those tree trunk thighs that he has. I'm actually, if I was a betting man, which I clearly am, we're doing this gambling show, I would have to take Volkanovski. However, out of pure fandom, I don't know if I'm going to bet this because I don't want to cheer against Max Holloway.
See, I feel like this is a good fight. I like both these guys, and you know, feelings aside, let's look what they have to offer. You know, they're coming back with a rematch. Volkanovski, you know, used the leg kicks to, you know, slow down Max Holloway's striking, that's essentially Max Holloway's one key attribute, or his bread and butter. He strikes, you know, he pieces people up. I want to say Max Holloway's going to get this done because I'm pretty sure he took the time to, you know, rethink after you know, the title loss. You know, he was on this reign, you know, beating Brian Ortega, moved up to weight class, fought Dustin Poirier, didn't do so well at 155, but you know, he dominated 145 for a while. I'm probably thinking that Max took some time off with the COVID and, you know, not being champion to like reassess himself, and maybe he's going to get it done. A lot of people are saying that he hasn't been training, or he's been doing Zoom trainings. I don't know if you've been following that news.
I don't.
Yeah, I feel like this whole COVID, this stuff. You know, people don't know. There's so much uncertainty, you know, as we can tell. But you know, people could be just saying that for some hype. You know what I'm saying?
That's
or
a
just
mental warfare thing. He wants Volkanovski to think that he's not doing that. I don't believe it.
Yes, but then the same thing can be said for Volkanovski because people have been saying like, oh, well, he didn't really win that fight. Well, now he wants to go in there and knock out.
Hmm.
He wants to try to knock out Max Holloway, which would be play into exactly Max Holloway's plan. He would like to strike, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Max Holloway with this one.
And I think the over under on that is 4.5. I'm actually gonna take the over on that because I don't
I would
see
as well.
Max isn't really a KO
Yeah,
kind of guy. He's a marathon guy. Volkanovski couldn't finish in the first time. I don't think he's gonna do it this time. I kind of want to take the
yeah,
over on that. I don't normally
but
like to
hey, can
touch
these
those
guys
4.5 round overs. I don't like to touch those usually, but
right?
this one I think it's warranted.
Yeah, if you can find a prop bet that maybe is 1.5 round or 2.5 round, it's definitely going to be into the championship round, so the later rounds. But yeah, I think you would be safe with that. But then again, there's not going to be a crowd. We're fighting, Fight Island. There's not going to be a crowd there. What's their mentality going into this?
Hmm.
They are veterans. Or Max Holloway's a veteran. Maybe he's just stone cold. Go in there, get the job done. Maybe it'll freak them out. Not having a crowd, or maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Might
Yep.
be different. Mindsets might change.
All right. Finally, the main event of the evening. Gilbert Burns backs out on what, Monday, Sunday, something like that. Jorge Masvidal steps in. He's the plus 195 underdog. Kamaru Usman, the minus 250 favorite. This is what I call a sucker bet because had this any other circumstances, those odds wouldn't be that different. I mean, they would be way different. I would see them both almost being like a kind of a coin toss situation. But because of the
Yeah.
short notice, I feel like these odds are very skewed towards Usman's favorite. And people are going to get suckered into this bet because of that. I'm taking
Yes.
Kamaru Usman. I think he's up there with Khabib as far as being one of the best champs on the roster. Um, I'm taking Kamaru Usman. I'm going to say it goes a distance. I also don't want to bet this fight either, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like I said, like you said, the opponent change. Kamaru Usman was already, preparing for Gilbert Burns, a striker with deadly jiu-jitsu on the ground. Um, then he gets, now he's Jorge Masvidal steps up, and it is a striker versus wrestler. Perfect. Who wins? How do you win this fight if you're Jorge Masvidal? I feel like you need to keep the fight on the feet. He probably has certain strengths or like setups to keep the fight on the feet in the center of the cage, away from or yeah in the center of the cage, away from the cage, away from the wall, not getting backed up into the cage, because Usman can use his wrestling to take that advantage and take it to the ground, maybe. But then again, Jorge Masvidal, I'm pretty sure he's been working on his defense, his wrestling. He was wrestling with Bo Nickel, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Wrestling.
correct.
He was wrestling. Bo Nickel came down, so I'm assuming he's been working on his wrestling. He knows, okay, the champion in my weight class is a wrestler. Also, I just feel like, Jorge Masvidal is who I'm taking. By the way, I'm taking Jorge Masvidal. The odds, they opened up at what, 225? I think that's what they opened up at,
Yep.
and now he's 185. So money's coming out on Jorge Masvidal. It's either going to be a knockout or it's going to be a 5-round decision. But who knows? When Usman fought Colby Covington, we thought, oh, this is just going to be a wrestling match. That's not what it turned out to be. They stood the entire time, not a single takedown was. But that probably won't be the case here. Can Jorge Masvidal keep it on the feet? That's going to be the deciding factor. And he's been training, he's been prepared for a fight camp, or he's been in a fight camp preparing to go 5 rounds. He's probably expecting that. Is Jorge Masvidal's cardio up to the par? Is his cardio ready for that? I'm not sure. Might be. We'll have to see. I don't know.
Do you buy that Masvidal's weight was like he said he was? Masvidal said earlier in the week that he was 20 pounds overweight. Do you believe that?
I don't believe that. I think it's just, like I said, like we were saying earlier, it's just try to add some drama, try to, get them follower increase or whatnot. Just trying to just spark some controversy or spark some news. I think he even said he took a picture with pizza. Is that what it
Yeah,
was? He took a
yeah.
picture. I guess he said he had a bite. He had a bite. But his weight loss. He used to fight at 155. He used to be a lightweight, so
Mhm.
now he's fighting at 170. And he doesn't look like a very, normal walking around. He's probably weighs 180, so 185, maybe 190. I don't know, but he's a fighter. He's a professional fighter. How many fights does he have compared to Kamaru Usman?
Decades.
Yeah, Kamaru Usman has 17 fights. Jorge Masvidal has 35 wins. Yeah, Jorge Masvidal has been fighting MMA for a long time. Not only has he been fighting MMA for a long time, he's been fighting for a long time. You can find those, everyone's been talking about him, those old, backyard street fights in Florida with Kimbo Slice and all, that whole, um, what are we going to do? I don't know. I think Jorge Masvidal, he'll probably get it done. I don't know. Yeah.
One thing that I'm excited for is if Jorge Masvidal wins, it's the perfect storyline for the first ever champ. Conor McGregor, 145, 155, now 170. What do you think?
Oh man, that'd be crazy. Conor McGregor coming back. I think that's a fight they would sell. Jorge Masvidal. Let's be honest. He's everyone knows who he is. Like it's funny seeing. It's not funny. I'm not trying to brag, but it is. It's nice. It's awesome. It's cool to see people that probably don't follow a sport, but they see like, oh, Jorge Masvidal, or
Yeah.
oh, Nate Diaz, or oh, Conor McGregor. They know, they're aware. They know these guys are fucking killers,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's awesome. I think and if it sells, especially right now, UFC is the only promotion putting out fights. They're the only sport that's, now is the time to profit off of it.
Absolutely.
Everybody's sitting at home. I was talking to a guy from work. He's like, yeah, there's no sports to watch. I'm just like, dude, you not watch fighting?
Every
It's on
Saturday.
ESPN. I'm
Yeah.
just like every set. He's like, huh? I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow and try to convince him. But you know what I'm saying? It's like this is everyone. Everyone's bored. I think they are the only fight promotion. I think there's one FC. They
Bellator just
said they have
announced
an
that they're
event.
coming back, I think,
Yeah, so
soon. But
I think, and they're seeing the UFC's doing. They're like, oh crap, we got to get in here too.
yep.
We got to get some of that market. So definitely, it's a big fight. I don't think that we're gonna see Habib fight anytime soon with his
Mm-mm.
father passing. So yeah, we might just move that along and might just bring in Conor McGregor. Let's see what happens. Let's see if Masvidal wins. Maybe he'll fight Conor. Maybe he'll fight Colby Covington. Beef. That'd be interesting. We never know. Hey, it is what it is. Maybe. I don't know.
All right, let's wrap this up. We got the main event out of the way. We got the entire main card out of the way. We got our underdog pick, our lock pick. This is a tough one. These odds are crazy. This isn't exactly, I don't say this is a gambling card, There's not a lot of
Right.
these odds are, they're heavy. There's a lot of heavy favorites in this. So, what's your underdog pick?
My underdog pick, I probably want to go with Jose Aldo. I think he's got the most. I just feel like just the experience, against Peter Yan. There's a lot of hype behind Peter Yan, but I feel like Jose Aldo, he can get it done. He's got the experience and he's got the technical striking to be able to defend or offensively take Peter Yan out. Maybe in the later rounds, but I don't see it. Peter Yan's tough. He took some solid shots. He took solid shots against Uriah Faber, Jimmy Rivera, but he's a tough guy, so maybe not. We'll see. But I think Jose Aldo is a solid underdog pick for this fight card.
All right, what is your lock pick?
Lock pick, I'm gonna have to go. It's also on the main card. I'm gonna have to go with Rose Namajunas. She's I feel like she is the strawweight champion, and if she can beat Jessica Andrade, get back into that winning column, then she can fight Wei Li Zhang,
Mhm.
the one she not the Chinese strawweight champion. She beat Jessica Andrade. So this would be a great two dynamic strikers, Rose Namajunas and Wei Lang fighting each other. I'd be awesome story. So I'm hoping Rose Namajunas. I'm thinking Rose Namajunas. I'm going to take Rose Namajunas as the lock pick for this fight card.
I like it. I agree with most of your picks. Some of them you're wrong. I hate to tell you in advance, but thanks for joining us.
Hey.
I'm glad that we're back. There's a couple cards there that you and I were both kind of like, I don't know, it's just not do these. This one is action packed. The prelims are going to be good. The first fight of the night's amazing. The last fight of the night's amazing.
Fight Island.
Fight Island.
And it's continuing. We're gonna have what I think is we're gonna have a week full of fights.
Yes.
Looks like we got another fight card on Wednesday and Saturday, and I think the August and July look pretty good for fight fans. So
Let's do it.
Money to be made.
All right, Alex. Thanks for joining me. I'll be talking to you soon. Good luck, everybody. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Hope you guys win a lot of money. Peace.